Hi everyone, this is my homemade D-shaped moss pole. I built it for my silver sword when the silver sword was getting too long. Then I extended it when it reached over the original pole, and I'm just showing you how it is doing today. We're going to need scissors and some nail clippers. If you have metal wire, you will need wire cutters. Hardware netting from Lowe's, 3 foot by 15 foot. Acetate sheets. I got 12-inch square 7mm 10 sheet acetate sheets. Paper cutter to cut those. Ties that are 4-inch natural cable ties. Ruler to measure. Hole punch. You can use a round hole punch. I have a badge hole punch. And then you're going to need some sphagnum moss. First, we're going to cut our net to 7 centimeters wide. And again, I'm just going to use scissors. So I'm going to cut starting right here. I'm going to cut it as long as one of these 12-inch sheets. And I'm going to cut this one 10.5 centimeters wide. I'm actually going to take a permanent marker, take my ruler again, do the 10.5 centimeters. And I'm just going to place 2 little dots, one on bottom, one on top. Mark where I want to cut. And line up the metal wire with the 2 dots. And I just cut. So there's my 10.5 centimeters wide. Now I'm going to clean up the plastic wire. I'm actually going to take this long, thick piece, if you can see that, off of it. We want it a little shorter than the acetate. So I'm actually just going to take 2 on this side. And then I'm going to clean up the edges here so it's not. So there you have a cleaned up version. And we're going to just take it here, kind of make sure the top and bottom have the same amount of acetate on top and bottom. And I'm going to just put some little dots where these squares are so then we can punch the holes. So I'm going to go the top square on the top and bottom. I'll just go right in the middle of it. And then I'm going to go every 4 squares. 1, 2, 3. So, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now we have our holes where we want to punch. So I'm going to take the hole punch and I am going to just punch down these holes. And I have the little thing set so it only will allow me to put my paper so far in. And as I get close to the black dot, I'm just going to punch a hole. And I'm going to go down both sides. And I'm trying to go about the center of the dot. So now we have all the holes that should be about the same on each side. So I'm going to take and attach one of these sides with the zip ties. We're just going to take and attach that top hole. I'm just going to go down the whole side and attach them. I'm just going to take the nail clipper and I'm going to clip them here. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to stick the moss on the clear part of and I'm going to, as I have the sphagnum moss wet, so I'm just going to squeeze it out as I stick some in the netting. Now I don't want to go all the way to the top. I want to leave a little room at the top. You can see that we have this. I'm just going to start from the top of this and start adding cable ties. Down the line and attach a cable tie with every hole. And then I am going to clip these off. Okay. And you can pull it, push it, however you want. If you need to add a little more, I'm sure you can add a little more after the fact. But there is the D-shaped moss pole. Before I logged off, I wanted to show you the one where I used my D-shaped moss pole for my silver sword. She is looking pretty happy. She has a new leaf here. From looking at my update today and seeing that the silver sword is a good 3 leaves over my extended moss pole, it looks like I may have to create a 3rd moss pole for this to grow on. What do you think? Would you create a 3rd moss pole? Thanks for growing with me. See you next time.